Welcome back. Episode 16, Unadilla weekend.
Woohoo. 16.
Yeah, it is August 17th right now. So what day is it? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
We're behind. We're behind.
Yeah, we are. It's cheapers. It's already been
we are behind this week.
Busy week as usual.
Yeah. So we went to Unadilla. We did the pro amateur. We did the pro race and the amateur. This past weekend we got
well,
there.
Let's clarify. We didn't do the pro race.
I went and I cheered on. Yeah,
we watched.
I always say we though.
No, but what I'm saying is we didn't do the pro race.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, I know.
We watched the pro race.
So we got there Thursday. We did a longer weekend. We
had
dinner that night at Columbus Public House because we got there like 3:30ish.
We've got all set up.
We had to pull in and they had to like check our camper and shit. Yeah. We had to get our tickets. I mistakenly didn't buy. For whatever reason, they charge you to be there Thursday night.
Right.
I don't know why. Because I bought Friday through Sunday passes.
Yeah, but see, that's what I don't understand. I called back there and I extended it. I'm sure it did. And they charged our card
that was for camping only.
Oh, for real? They charged us?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so we'll get more into the finance part of it later. But so I got Friday through Sunday tickets because I thought, we'll be there Thursday evening, but we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
We're going to be like Friday is the race.
Right.
The amateur
and so you got
Sunday, Saturday. So we need all those tickets.
Right. And you're talking about admittance.
Yes.
Admittance
so when we got in Thursday, she was like, oh, you need to pay an extra $10 per person.
$10 for nothing.
Right. For
absolutely nothing
I was like,
going
just
on.
to exist. Like,
just to exist in a field.
Yeah. So that was I was like, okay, here we go. Well, I figured it was pretty crowded when we got there.
Oh, yeah.
But not as crowded as I thought it was going to be. There are 7 total camping lots at Unadilla. 5 of them are near the amateur track.
Right.
2 are a little bit farther away, and then you have your premier camping, which is like all the way up front.
Right by
the main
overlooking the big track. Yeah.
So we actually found a perfect spot. What is the name of that hill that we were on? Oh,
7 on 4 is the
7 on 4 because of Ricky Carmichael.
Because of James Stewart jumping onto Ricky Carmichael.
So we were right above that hill.
Right.
If you actually go to I don't know if you can anymore, but Jeff Emig actually had an Instagram story because they actually got in a golf cart. They were riding over to the Monster stage to do the pre-race show on Friday night, and you can see our camper.
Well, and also one of the riders, it was actually the one on TV. They had the cam, they had the GoPro on the front fender, and when they came up that hill and turned the corner,
man.
you sent it to me. You're the one that sent it to me. Yeah.
Oh, that was the actual race day. Remember?
Okay.
Because
we
watched
that
race
Saturday
day. Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to find one that's gonna be a little bit better, but that one was like more vague. But yeah.
Right.
But Jeff Emig was like definitely
right.
Usually our camper. That was cool. So anyway, we parked there Thursday night, got all set up and shit, and then went over to Columbus Public House, which is like 10 minutes away?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
I don't know what
middle
town that
of
is.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Columbus. That was.
Is that okay?
Which wasn't much of a town.
No, yeah, it's like an old coach wagon.
Stagecoach. Yeah.
Food was
Station.
Good. Yeah.
Food was good. Yeah.
Food was good. People were super nice, and apparently the guy that owns that place did the barbecue chicken.
Yeah, the barbecue for
at the Sky High tent.
Yep.
For the VIPs.
Yep.
So we made some friends that were there for a little while.
Yep.
And then, did we stay up late that night?
Not really.
Not really. No. Did
because
we go early?
Racing Friday.
I think we had a couple drinks and then hung out.
Couple of drinks. I don't think we played any cornhole.
I don't think so.
No, we didn't get cornhole.
Did Spellin get there that night?
No, Spellin got there the next night.
Thursday. Okay, Friday night. I got my
Friday night. Yeah, okay. So that's when we got the cornhole.
So we were in bed early because you wanted to be ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Because it was amateur day.
Right.
So yeah, we had a good camping spot. Friday morning. What time did they have practice?
Well, I think it was supposed to start. I think it was supposed to be 8:30.
Yeah, it was late,
but they were running a little bit late.
It was a little bit late.
Yeah.
It was like 10 by the time they started.
Yeah, but
it was like an hour and a half behind.
Yeah.
How was the track for practice?
The track wasn't great.
You don't seem to be a fan of this track.
Oh, I love the track. No. Don't get it. I love the track's awesome. It's an awesome layout, and it's a fast track. There's no real big jumps. It was just, and it was all the same complaints of what you heard about the Pro Track on TV. Was prepped the exact same way. I mean, it was hard. It was slippery. They didn't till it up. Well, no, if you listen to enough of all the post race shows and stuff when they were talking about it, Unadilla came out and said that they were expecting a big storm to come through that never came through to give them the moisture they were wanting. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of different reasons why they didn't till it deep and why it was so dry. And then because it had so dry and they were behind on water, they were watering the track between almost every moto.
Yes.
And so you would go out there and it was so hard. It was really slippery. But it was still fun.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well. So plus 40. The first day you did 6th out of that was one that had 29 in it, right?
Yeah, that was on the after being on the ground in the first turn.
Yeah,
some guy tried to kill
us. That was that Yamaha.
Yeah.
Some guy tried to kill us. So you did really good now.
Yeah.
And that's Jeremy Tiffany's in both your classes.
Sure, they were. He was in both of them.
Yep, he won both.
And actually, no, I finished 9th in that plus 40.
Nope. I looked up your results today. Plus 40 was 6th.
Okay.
Plus 45 was the first class you ran.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, the very first class.
Yeah, the first class you ran was plus 45.
Where the guy tried to kill us on the outside, and I finished 9th.
And that was 9th out of 29.
After being down on the first corner, right.
Yes.
And then
your second
moto was
that day was plus 40.
Plus 40. And I finished 6th.
Out of 36.
And that was a pretty uneventful moto. It had a decent start.
Yep.
It was like a 10th place start, and then just rode up, just got through a few guys and got to kind of just rode my own race. And
yeah, because we watched so Hayden Deegan was there, so we watched the pro sport classes.
And our boy Matt Jackson was in that pro sport.
Yeah. So Matt Jackson
pro sport.
Matt Jackson did pretty good.
Yeah, I think he was 7th in that.
Yeah.
The first pro sport, 250s pro sport.
Yep.
And I think he did a little better than that in College Boy. He ran College Boy also.
I did not see the results for College Boy. I just did the pro sport ones. I was focusing on the pro points.
Right.
So yeah, you did pretty good in your first day motos. We were done early. What time? Well,
we were done early because it was awesome. We had
there was 35 motos.
Yeah, 10th moto and 14th moto when we were done.
Yeah.
We could just chill and watch. We watched more races, and then
I had to work that day, so I was working.
Yeah,
and true. In between watching your races, I was working.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's right. You didn't. After I was done, I watched races, and you worked.
Yep. And then I think, did I take a nap that day?
Probably.
I think I took a nap that day. And then Savellin showed up.
Yeah.
And
Savellin
hung out with him.
And Brittany.
When did they show up?
It wasn't until 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, because we ate at the camper Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember all the changes. It's Wednesday and I already forgot.
Right.
So yeah, we were out later Friday night because we knew that we didn't have to wake up early and you'd have to race tomorrow. So we were like, okay, let's check this shit out.
And Unadilla did not disappoint.
It
wasn't as crazy as I thought it was.
It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was.
But it was pretty crazy.
But I think it's because of the spot we were in, which I'm okay with.
Right. Not to mention the 10 state troopers that.
Right. That's why I was like, oh, they were like camped around our camper. And I was like, totally fine with this. You guys want a snack? Do you want a drink? So we went over to Jeremy Tiffany's camper.
Yeah.
And saw a guy jump a fire pit.
Yep. Twice.
Apparently did it like 6 times in total. But we only saw it twice.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Matt Jackson was telling me that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So that guy was a little bit drunk.
Yeah, a little bit drunk. He was also wearing ladies' clothes.
Yeah, he was wearing his wife's clothes. I was like, where did this come? Like, it's like, and this was earlier on in the day.
It wasn't that late. I was
like, has he been drunk like this all day?
Right.
Like, he's a trooper. So, and there was like a pretty good crowd back there, like 20-ish people.
Yep.
And then we hung out at the camper for a little bit, and then like we looked back in like the row of campers.
Same row we were on, but back.
Solid 200. Oh yeah, back there.
Partying
and we crept back for a little bit just to check things out, and like there was what? We did see a gorilla.
Gorilla with a dildo. Oh no,
no, he didn't have.
No, that was the blow up. That was the blow up.
Yeah, there was another guy with a blow up doll.
The blow up doll. They had inserted a dildo.
Yeah.
They said it was a he/she.
Yeah, and then there.
And then a gorilla. Yeah, we saw the gorilla.
Yeah, there was the gorilla, and then there was so much going on back there, and then
they
kind of.
The cops kind of just stayed back, and then no one. We apparently right before we went to bed. All of a sudden, they moved in.
You can know when something happened because they went.
Cops are gone. And apparently, they lit a recliner on fire, and that's when the cops moved in.
I want to know why. Like the first thing that guys do when they get drunk is light stuff
on fire.
Yeah, like why is that? Like every time you could solidly, if there's fire nearby and you're getting drunk, a guy will light something on fire.
Lighting something on fire, or blowing something up. It's lighting something on fire or blowing something up.
Yeah, there was like a couple people who had some fireworks, but they had. Was Thursday night and Friday night. They were like they were pretty strict. Like you're not allowed to have pit bikes.
Security, yep.
So, which I'm okay with because the pit bike thing would get so annoying because everybody and their mother would have one. And people would do.
Yeah, they were. Oh my God, they were pit bike Nazis.
Yeah.
Thursday.
And there was like a crippled. There was a crippled guy who legitimately had a scooter, and they were like, Let's think about this for just a second.
Yep.
Like, what do you want me to do? Get up and roll around?
Right.
Yeah. So we watched state troopers go after that. We talked to them for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
So we didn't get to bed till later on that night.
No. Saturday morning. It's one of those things where you're kind of half asleep. You don't know if maybe you're dreaming. I heard bikes, and so I'm just listening. I'm like, and also I'm like, holy shit, they're practicing. So I jump up, put clothes on. Run out so I could watch them the first practice.
And
you laid in bed for a while.
I slowly crawled out of bed. I made you breakfast. And coffee.
That's right. Yep.
Then I watched.
Then you watched.
Yeah, because I had to get my bag and stuff around, and then we walked around like pretty much the
entire day. We put a lot of miles on.
Yeah, watched practice and last chance qualifiers. Went over into the pits because we had pit passes.
See, Trevor Schmidt made it in.
Yes, Trevor Schmidt made it in. He did really well this week.
Yeah, he did too. I think he may have got
26.
some points. I don't know if he actually got points or not.
That's it?
I'm not sure where the cutoff is. And I know Blaze was very close, but he didn't. He didn't get in through.
We watched Jordan Jarvis in last chance qualifier. She got 16th.
Yep.
Which is damn good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that's fast. So we walked around the pits, and then you wanted to go see Alex Martin because we always end up visiting Alex Martin.
Yep.
Because Matt does his troll training, and he knows like when you show up. He's
that's pretty cool.
Hey, Matt.
Hey,
and like it's nice. It's like he's a very down to earth.
Oh, they are great. Him and his brother.
He came right in out of practice, and you're like, oh, how was it? And he was like, oh yeah, blah, blah. Like you were just another guy at the track.
Yeah. Him and Jeremy are great people. They are unbelievable people.
They're so cute and adorable.
And they're so down to earth. And yeah.
Like they're shorter than you. I think they're 5.
Yeah.
They've got to be like 5'5". It's so cute.
Yep. They gave me his jersey.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna like explode right there when you did.
He took it off his sweaty little body and I couldn't believe it. He says hey, do you want a jersey? I thought he was going to go to the rig and get me one out that was still in a package. And next thing you know, he's taking it off his sweaty troll body and giving it. He signed it and gave it to me.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
It was very awesome.
I thought it was pretty cool too. Yep. But it was just funny because when we walked away, you were like, his sweat's
that's right. Yep.
Like you're fangirling right now.
Yep.
No, it's super cool. It's still sitting in our camper. I have to frame it and put it up.
Yep.
No, that was really cool. Because he did say that if you had your troll training stuff on it, he was.
He'd give you something. I
was expecting like a hat or like.
I would have been perfectly happy with him just signing my shirt.
Yeah.
I never.
Or like a hat or some type of.
I was
koozie or something.
Yeah, I was very appreciative of it. That's sure. That was awesome.
When he handed you that, I was like, you look like you were gonna die. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So. Those motos were pretty awesome to watch.
Oh man, them guys. And I mean, I really enjoyed watching my Honda guy, Chase Sexton, dominate.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not talking about Ken Roxon.
No, I'm not. But he was fast too. My Honda guy.
Well, the dirt was just bad. So Ken can't do anything in bad dirt.
Dominate your Yamaha Tomac. Just spanked him and rode away in the sunset.
Did Eli make a comment since the weekend about his riding or no?
I think he had. I think he wasn't comfortable with the track. That track's not his favorite track to begin with.
Why.
I don't know. And he just said he wasn't. He was pushed as hard. He was pushing as hard as he could, and he didn't have no more. And so he just, rather than wreck, he let Chase go and
that track
fight another day, which is what that was. Honestly, was the best thing. That was a smart thing to do.
That track was rough.
Oh, that track.
Like you could see where we're at. Like some of the ruts were like knee deep.
Not and it was in choppy bumps in the ruts. I mean, it was dry and it was very challenging track. That's for sure.
No, and I mean it was fun to watch, but as a rider, fuck this.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun to watch. Them guys are animals.
Yeah, I liked. I always liked that screw you corner.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to call it screw you. It's not. It's the wall now. Gotta be politically
How did
correct.
they get the wall out of it?
Because I guess
it's the wall.
I guess because it's so steep, so it's like a wall. I don't know. Why can't we?
Thought of that?
Why do we got to be soft, politically correct pussies? Why can't we just? Why
All
can't
right, don't ruin our podcast.
I'm not ruining our podcast. Why?
Anyway, listen, I liked watching Screw You for a while because it's like I can't even fathom it because it's like it's got to be 75 degrees.
Oh yeah, it's straight up and down. Yeah. I jumped down off it.
God, I don't understand how you do that. And then that corner that we were at where they kind of like that one row was just huge and they popped out of it.
Yeah, I
don't know what that corner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's after that tabletop. That's where Hammaker went down.
Yeah, that was a fun. Yeah, and you can always hear like, because we always walk around. Yeah. We walk around the whole day. We're not like we don't like to camp in one spot. But you can always tell when something happens. Yeah, because you hear the whole crowd on the other side, and then you're like, great, what did I forget?
What did I miss?
So.
Yep.
Alex did pretty good this weekend.
Yeah.
12.
Yep.
Was that no?
Yeah, no, somewhere in there, 12 to 15. Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah. Where did Roxon end up?
6th overall, something like that.
Okay. It was the dirt, man. It
was the dirt. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Come on, that was a terrible Instagram post to put up.
Yeah, I don't know. You still, even on his worst days, you can't even begin to.
I understand, but then you can't come with a comeback message of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna whoop.
That I will say that. He started the year with, don't count me out. I'm gonna come, and then.
And I understand. Yes, 6th in this capacity is great, but for Roxon, not.
Right.
That's like saying, oh, Tomac got top 10 this week.
Right.
Okay, what's wrong with him?
Right.
So we had a good time. Saturday racing got done. I don't know, so it was done early, like 4:30.
Yeah.
I took a nap. Another nap.
And then we went up to the Deer Path and had dinner with Savell and Brittany before the
Deer Path restaurants right next to Unadilla.
Right next to the track, yeah.
Shout out to them. They've always been good to us. They're always nice.
Yeah.
I don't know the owner's name. She's always been nice.
Very nice lady. Yep.
Good food, good prices. It's right nearby, so we were happy.
Yep.
It was not as crowded as I thought it was going to be, though.
No. Yeah.
I recall it. Well, last year when we went, we stopped in real quick midday, and it was like packed.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me, but.
Well, yeah. People go there for lunch, leave because it's right next to the track.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
But no, it wasn't as crowded as I thought. But then we snuck in and went into the pits part.
Right. I don't think we really had to do much sneaking. It was pretty much wide open.
Yeah. Last year we snuck in.
Right.
And just kind of, I was so hoping that somebody would leave a tarp.
A big tarp.
I wonder if that's a new rule this year, because last year when there
was tarps everywhere last year.
Everywhere. They're like, oh, fuck it, we don't need this great tarp. I wonder if they were like, you're not allowed to throw your tarps out here anymore.
Maybe.
Like, because I would imagine when 20 rigs leave tarps.
Right, and all them work, the Unadilla workers have to go around and pick them up.
Right. So I'm wondering if they said you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Take your tarps with you when you go, which, I mean, I understand it.
Yeah. But also, like, God, you're spending how much money on tarps every week? That's ridiculous.
Yep. We got a TPJ shroud off. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you always find like some like
plastic.
Have plastics in it.
And that's not a real popular team, but that's still all them teams. Every team there is popular to me. I love the privateers, all of them. I mean,
we have whatchamacallits. We have a shroud from Supercross guy.
Yeah, who Paulie.
Yeah, Bubba Paulie.
Yep.
That he signed. So we try to collect some stuff.
Yeah.
But the only team that stayed there in the pits was Star Racing.
Star Racing,
that's Deegan for Sunday.
For the Sunday, yeah.
So I'm telling you right now. So for them to, everybody else kicked out. All the other factory teams kicked out because they need to go back and head and then regroup and then
right.
So for them to stay for another whole day and put their schedule behind for that kid.
Right.
That kid better be damn good.
Oh, and he is damn good.
Because they're putting, I'm just saying, because they're putting a whole day away.
Yep.
I'm surprised they aren't like, no, you can, figure out your own transportation.
That's he's a star. He's a star. Right.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it is. I will say, maybe logistics, and I don't know. I highly doubt they're worried about the price of fuel and stuff. But it is kind of amazing to me they didn't put him in a smaller trailer and just send him on his, certainly I'm still have a driver and all that stuff. But
right, just put him in like a
smaller rig and have him do his own thing. But they didn't. They put him out of the star rig, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he's a big name and he's a crowd drawer. So
yeah.
I mean, he is. You either love him. I think you love him or you hate him. I'm not a huge fan, but.
What is your opinion on the claim story from Loretta's?
I have listened to I've only
listened to a couple, so I can't really inform too much.
Everybody want to know why he's doing it.
Right, like that right there is shot down.
That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's the rule is this, and I don't care why I'm doing it. This,
If I were that guy, I would have said like, no, the rule is this, and I'm not talking.
I don't. It does boggle in my mind why when they, right off the bat when Tim Cotter, I guess, and Brian Deegan asked him to come up to the office or whatever, he should have said no.
No,
I don't want to talk about it. In my opinion, I honestly think the motor builder put the kid up. Put the kid up maybe is too harsh. I think maybe the motor builder put the bug in the kid's ear and more than likely either gave him part of the money or all the money. But it's irrelevant either way. I mean, that's the thing. It's irrelevant. The kid should have the bike. There should have been no meetings. There should have been nothing. No one should have been against this kid getting this bike. I understand the Deegans. I mean, apparently Star Yamaha literally said they were going to give up the bike. I don't understand. I don't understand why Brian Deegan himself would have been mad. He has not a nickel invested in that bike. He has nothing invested in that bike. Yes, that bike is the one they were gonna use at Unadilla and they were gonna use at Budds Creek, and that's I understand all that. But at the same time, if that bike meant so much for you, don't bring it to an amateur race where it can be claimed.
That's what I was thinking.
Point. That's the point of the rule, so you don't bring some crazy bike to that race. That's they're talking about how that it's such a career killer if you claim someone's bike and everything else. Like JT said, what's the point of even having the rule? If no one's going to use it, then the rule is useless. The rule is to keep people from spending too much on bikes. But if it's such a horrible thing to do, then why even have the rule?
Obviously you can, manipulate to not have somebody claim the bike after it's claimed,
I mean,
so that's not.
And then Paul went into it quite deep and called quite a few people and stuff like that. And, the kid's trainer, Matt Walker, was, he was, and he seemed like a pretty down to earth guy, a pretty honest guy. I guess just sounded like it, but. He tried to talk the kid out of it because he's a kid's trainer and his job is supposed to be getting this kid to the next level. And his opinion of the kid was, if you do this, you're going to be blackballed, and you're going to have a harder time getting to the next level. But again, if that's the case, then the rule is null and void. There's no, if no one will do it because of this, if it's a horrible
no one
thing,
should be upset. Like, you're going to get money for it. Then you can go out and buy another bike. I understand you're going to have.
Yeah, it's not even close. That bike, but not to mention.
But then don't bring that bike. Then don't bring that bike.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the whole point of that.
Right.
It's an amateur.
Right.
Okay?
And then other people are talking about how it's a cheater bike. You can't cheat. It's not a cheater bike. That's the thing. that's a mod class. I don't know now. Maybe if it was a 270 or whatnot, I don't. I don't. It was, I think it was 250B. So maybe you probably couldn't be a 270. But as far as port and polish and stuff go, you could do all that stuff. So I don't think it was a cheating thing. I think the bike was was probably a 60, 70,000 or dollar bike, and they didn't want to give it away for 17. I think the motor was I think it had more to do with the electronics, the ECU, the mapping, and all that. They didn't want to give up that kind of technology. But again, it doesn't matter.
Right, then
don't bring that bike to the amateur race where it can be
here,
claimed.
Hayden, here is a new stock.
Right.
Blah blah. Obviously, we can get your forks done.
And he's good. Done. And the kid's good. They put and I think it had more. It was the motor was the main the object that everybody wanted was a motor. It wasn't. It had the best. It had 8-kit suspension. Blah blah blah. But that wasn't what they wanted. They wanted the motor. They wanted to see because everybody knows the Star bikes are the most power. The best in the class. So I mean. Bottom line is the kid should have the bike. That's regardless
I definitely
of the
think
reason,
that he got conned into not buying.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that the dealer that was supporting him did not like the idea of the kid. And here's the thing too. That's fine. The dealer, I think it boils down to the dealer came to the kid and said, "Hey." I had more to do. I think the dealer came to the dad and said, "Hey, if you go through with this, I'm done. You're going to lose my support."
But why?
And I think, and that dealer has every right because it is in all of racing, claiming someone's shit is bad. That's just the way it is. It doesn't. It's just it's an unspoken rule. You don't claim someone else's shit. I understand it's a rule to keep the prices, everything down, but it's an unspoken rule. It's because there's claimer rules and in circle track racing with motors and stuff. And even then you could, your competitor has way more money in something and you just don't, I understand all that, but the dealer has it boils down to the dealer has his opinion. The dealer thought, well, if my name's associated with this kid that then claim this bike, Deegan's bike, then I'm going to have a scar on me. So he has every right to say, hey, if you claim this bike, you're going to lose my sponsorship. And that's where the kid says, hey, I either don't care, I'm going to lose your sponsorship, and then he goes through with it, or he does care and he doesn't go through it. Now, I believe the kid lost sponsorship anyway. But that's none of that. That's all irrelevant. Also, I mean, the big thing I cannot understand is why Brian Deegan got his butt so hurt over it. It's not his bike. He has not a nickel invested in it. And I don't understand, and everybody kept saying, why to the kid, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? That doesn't matter.
It doesn't
matter.
I can do whatever I want.
Why you're doing it.
I could just say, I just want the pretty bike in my room. It doesn't matter.
That's right. I want to buy this bike so that I can go 10 yards from Star Yamaha's where you're camped at, and I want to burn it to the ground. That's why I'm doing it. It does not matter. No matter to why he's doing it. It's irrelevant. But anyway, I don't think we'll ever. I don't think the real truth will. I don't think we'll ever know it.
Oh,
I think
no.
Because there's so many variables, and so you're dealing with a 17-year-old kid. I think you're dealing with so many variables that we'll never know the real story. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, the real story doesn't really even matter. So
no, I do think that this kind of tarnished Brian Deegan a little bit.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because to do that, to pull him aside like that and ask him why you're doing it, it's none of your business. Why are you heckling him? Like,
not only NC this Tim Cotter guy, he's an MX sports promoter. I mean, it tarnished. If it's going to tarnish Brian Deegan, it's going to tarnish him because he's the one that called the kid up to the office and then had Brian Deegan there waiting.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Both of them can be tarnished. That's fine.
Right. I don't know. I just don't know why that even happened. It doesn't matter. Here's the rule. Yeah. Here's the rule, and that's that. I mean,
yeah. But so anyway, he won 250 Pro Sport like easily, but he did not.
He did not. How about the second
he
moto?
Struggled.
How about he didn't struggle. No. He didn't.
In open pro sport.
Open pro sport, I wouldn't say he didn't struggle. He had a mid. Well, he didn't battle with anybody. He had a mid pack start because he was on a 250 against 450s, and he went up through them and he marched.
He did not win both open pro sport motors.
I understand that, but he had a mid at best pack start, and then he marched his way right up to third. So that's not, he didn't battle with anybody. He just passed a whole bunch of people.
No, second and third were for a little bit.
They were gone. Second and third were gone because they were gone for everybody. So by the time he got to them, he didn't get to them. He didn't have time. What I'm saying is everybody else, he just went right through. He didn't battle with anybody. He just passed. He didn't win. That is true. He did not win. Did he win? How about the second motos? We haven't got that far yet.
No, I'm talking about all of them together.
Okay.
So 250 he did 1-1.
Yep.
And open pro sport he did 3-1.
Oh, so he did win the second one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joshua Clark won the first one.
Yes, and he was fast.
Yeah, he was very fast. He was the one that was parked right down from us, right?
Yeah,
he was super excited too because I heard it. I was back at the camper and I heard them announce that he had won. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, Deegan didn't win.
Yeah. And you saw when he rode by the camper, he was hooting and hollering.
Oh, yeah. He was hollering. He was like, yes. So I was like, yeah, you should be.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not, I don't, maybe, I'm not a big Deegan fan. You're
allowed. I got, you shushed me last week when I said that. I started to say it and you were like,
yeah, but where were you saying it at? Because sometimes you get a little
No.
I
was just saying, like, I'm not a fan. I don't like him. And you were like, I don't want to say I don't like Hayden. I think it's Brian that I don't like more.
Yeah.
Hayden's just riding. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
It's these adults that get into shit
and
start shit and do this maybe Hayden's a nice kid, maybe he's a douchebag. I honestly don't know. But I think I hate the adults in the situation more than I.
I don't know. It might almost be the same effect for me personally, and just my opinion.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, still America, we can have all of our own opinions. For me personally, I almost think it's the same effect as Bubba's World had on me. I was a huge James Stewart fan until Bubba's World came out, and it just turned me off. I think it's the same thing with Hayden. They follow him around with this YouTube channel 24/7, and it just turns me off to the kid.
Well,
I don't like they to me, and maybe they don't even mean to do it, but they flaunt how they live.
Yeah.
You take someone. To me, that's like why I'm such a big Chase Sexton fan. The kid is still lives with his parents, down to earth.
That's just good financial.
No, he's just a kid that wants to ride his dirt bike.
Yeah.
And maybe Hayden is that way, but
I don't know. So far, again, he is a good rider. I'm not denying.
Phenomenal rider.
I'm more of a non. I don't like Brian Deegan more than I don't like Hayden.
They have
almost mutual on Hayden and
I honestly, I almost I almost feel the same way about Haley Deegan. I don't like her. I won't root for her the same reason I don't root for Hayden Deegan. Hayden Deegan. Yeah. They're too much hoopla around them. I'm just not into that shit.
Right. And I don't know how she finishes and stuff with her racing.
I
know the littlest. And I don't know what his little brother.
Huxon Deegan.
He didn't do that great.
No, he
did not do that great.
No. Especially, I'm sure he's on the best equipment money can buy.
I'm sure he has another Yamaha.
Yeah.
So they, it was fun to watch though. I enjoyed watching it. There was a really good turnout. Almost every class.
Well, some classes had 2 full gates.
Yeah, college boy.
Same class. College boy, I think there was a plus 30
125.
Novice. There was I want to say there was between 5 and 10 classes that had 2 they call them groups, but
but they never qualified down.
Yeah, they were right, exactly. They were just 2.
They were literally just 2 groups. So I don't know.
Which
so
was
if you
cool.
finished second, so how would you get to the second group?
It wasn't. It was just 2. They
were completely separate.
Completely separate. Yep.
I was gonna say.
I don't know now what
second group.
What I don't know is how they determined what group of college boys you were going to race in, but I guess
what I'm saying.
They just split it in half. However,
so because it doesn't matter, it's the same.
Yeah, because which was actually kind of cool of them. They didn't exclude anybody because what they could have done was they had 75 college boys sign up. They could have done it like Loretta's River, but I guess there's no reason to get it down that far. So they just, rather than do that, they just split it up into two.
Right. Yeah, that's why there were 35 races.
Right.
At a time.
Right.
So, which is why I still think. So does every other track have them race the pro track, or is there another place that has them?
No, I don't know something 100%. I don't want to act like I know, but
right.
I don't believe so. I think Unadilla is the only one that does.
So why? Because I've heard a dozen and one excuses, and all these excuses are invalid because everybody else is also being able to do this.
Right.
So
right. I know, only. I don't know. You'd have to ask the promoters, but I mean, I believe most of the other tracks do the amateur race Sunday after the pro races.
That's
so
fine.
they do the whole thing. They don't do the Friday and then.
So here's your options. You would do Friday motos. You're going to prep the track Thursday night and obviously in the weeks ahead. Prep the track. You're going to Friday motos for amateur, prep it again overnight. Saturday pro, prep it again overnight.
From what
Sunday.
Which is a whole, that's why I understand. Just taking, for instance, I know Budds Creek is there doing a pro-am, but they'll do the whole program Sunday after the race is over. It would be a lot of work to do what you're saying. It just doesn't. I don't think it's feasible.
Well, then just do Sunday.
But
that's the whole point of a pro-amateur.
Pro-am is to be on the
track that's the same as the pro, and you're like, wow, I got to be on this track.
Yeah,
well, that's awesome.
I agree. I agree. I honestly don't.
That's the point.
I mean, I do know, like Unadilla, just to go again, use Budds Creek for example. I mean, Budds Creek has people on that track all throughout the year.
All year long. I don't know why they don't.
Unadilla does not.
Do you realize, you can
sits there
practices. You can be doing, even if you aren't part of a district, just do like one-off races once a month. People will go there. Oh my God, they don't even make money.
They don't. I don't know if they already have too much money, or
I don't know.
They got to take it around with wheelbarrows. I don't know, because it's
a beautiful place.
No one had used the amateur track in 2 years.
Right.
They don't even from what I was talking to somebody in a local, and and again, it's all hearsay, but that guy was saying that they told the local community that they didn't make enough money from being in a district to make it worthwhile. So
that I could understand.
Yeah, but the track just sits there.
So the
land just sits there. So if you make a dollar profit, it's still $1. It's more than.
But then you're spending more on using equipment and having
what I'm saying
there.
is if you made a profit, no matter how big it is, after your equipment, all that, then you still made a profit.
Right, but you might not be making a profit.
Well, maybe they weren't making right, but if they were, then
they're definitely making profit off the national. But
right, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't do a district, say, fuck it, don't do the district. Just do a one-off race. We'll take care of it. We'll do practices Wednesday.
Right.
Whatever. I think that would be probably more profitable than joining a district.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, they do. There
was one other event. They had the vintage.
No, they do. I'm going to say 3 or 4 events there a year.
It's such a beautiful facility.
Yeah, it just sits there. Yeah. They do
what a waste.
They do a quad. I think they do a quad. Quad national there. And they do the vintage, and they do. I don't want to say there's 4 events there a year, and I don't understand it. I don't.
Yeah. So if you're only going to do 4 events, then why take all that time to build the amateur track? Just take care of the one.
Right. I don't have the answer.
Because then now you have 2 crews working on 2 different tracks.
Well, it's one crew that works on 2
I'm just saying,
tracks.
You might as well just do one track then.
Right.
Because you're only having 4 events a year. Budds Creek races and does practices.
I will agree. I really did not, and we talked about in previous podcasts. I really didn't think. I wasn't expecting to see that many people there, because there were people that came there from Colorado, and I mean I will say the guy I talked to that was from Colorado, said that if he knew that he was racing an amateur track, he wouldn't have came.
No, I don't blame him.
But he
That's
was already
point.
there,
Yeah.
so right.
So they don't.
But can you imagine
I guess
how
they don't explicitly say that in their
apparently
ad.
not. Apparently not.
We just know because we're around it.
Because can you imagine driving from Colorado and then getting here and being we're not you race.
I'd
you
be
race
staying,
a small track over here.
I'd be staying and going to Budds Creek this weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd be fucking pissed. But again, so but they still made the money off of it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we had a good time. You finished 8th overall and plus 45.
Yep.
And 7th overall and plus 40. So that's pretty.
No, actually, no.
I'm sorry.
That was the second moto.
Yes, I'm sorry. 5th overall and plus
5th
40.
overall.
And 7th overall and plus 45.
Right.
Bad.
Yep. I had two decent starts on Sunday, and ended up sliding out in both those motos only a few corners after the start, but then battling. And can't ever do anything easy way. It's always got to be battling through the pack. Right. So did some bar banging on Sunday and came away with a couple decent finishes. Yeah, 5th overall in 40 and 7th overall in 45.
Yep.
That's not bad out of that many guys.
Right.
I didn't think. And that track was very difficult to navigate. It's what I came riding down there for the 40 for the I guess it would be plus 40 moto, and Jeremy Tiffany looked like he wanted to rip somebody's head off. I said, "Holy crap!" I said, "Geez, Jeremy, why are you so miserable?" He said, "You just came off that track too, didn't you?" That was horrible. Yeah, and he was right. It was very slippery.
Yeah,
very slippery. That's actually both times I went down on Sunday. It just slid out on. Just didn't anticipate how slippery it would be. I came around a corner, and on the first one came around a corner and just two wheels slid right up against a bank, just no traction at all. And then the second one just was a different corner, but almost on that track. There's two spots where you kind of do a corner around some trees and same. So a couple corners later, after like the second time after that step up, and went around the corner and just got on a little bit too aggressive, and the ass end come around and. Actually, was going down over a little jump thing, but no one jumped on me or anything. And
yeah, you just got murdered by a Yamaha on the start.
Yeah, the start first day, Saturday or Friday. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Yeah. So to get into our financial aspect of it, this one was a more expensive one.
Oh yeah.
So the gate fees for the weekend. For Thursday through Sunday, like including the pro,
including the pro,
was $285.
Mm-hmm.
Camping was $100. Pit passes were another $60.
Yep.
And then plus our camper and fuel for that and all that shit. It was just under $1,000 for the weekend.
Yep.
So that one it makes it like $9,700 year to date for our expenses.
Yeah.
Which don't include parts.
So, we keep you in the dark. We keep you in the dark on it.
I don't want to hear about it. I really don't want to hear about it. And there was like 6 packages that showed up from Rocky Mountain. So I really don't want to hear about it. Anyway, so it's $9,700-ish for the year. We have this coming weekend. We're going to be at Palmyra,
Hogback Hills,
King of the Hill event.
I want to break the streak. I want it to be a good, fun weekend at Hogback Hills. No issues.
The last time you were there wasn't bad.
I got jumped, other than being jumped on.
Did you get jumped on?
Yeah, stupid step up. I hate that step up. They could make it a little bit safer, but they just don't.
So what exactly? So the King of the Hill event, I've never.
I honestly don't know. Okay. I honestly don't know.
Is it like one class or is it like bunch class?
No, it's the whole weekend is King of the Hill. I think, or is there a King of the Hill at the end of it?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
I guess we're gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna be. We gotta have to ask somebody when we get there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
We will.
Do that. Yeah, and I got.
We'll have the answer. Stay tuned.
Bench Racers Guild messaged me. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna be there this weekend. Come say hi." And I was like, "Gotcha." Because I think it was Alan that's racing a vintage bike this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So he gave me his number. I'm gonna watch out for him.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be Matt and John racing this weekend. It'll be all 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Thrown into the camper for the weekend. I'm hoping that's cooler at night because I enjoy those cool nights. It got cold Unadilla
weekend.
Yeah. Like, it was having like 49 at one point. I was like, okay, this is a little chilly. It's a little much.
Yep.
So hopefully it'll be cool this weekend. So we have that coming up, and then the weekend after we are back at Burlington for one final time.
Nah, it should be final.
Nope, we won't be able to go to that one.
The last one we can't go to?
We're booked. Yeah, we can't make that one. No.
He already has that one out?
No, but I know that based off of our schedule and based off of how I think it's going to fall, we're not going to be able to
go. You don't know for sure.
I'm pretty 90% sure that we're not going to be able to make it. So anyway, Burlington coming up. So that'll round out our August month, and then we'll make it in September here. So YouTube giveaway. We're still doing the YouTube giveaway. We're waiting to get to 100 subscribers. We're getting there.
Nice. You
have to subscribe to our channel, and you have to like and comment on episode 13. You can comment on this episode if you'd like. We'd love that, actually. But if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you have to comment and like on episode 13.
Comment and like.
Is our interview with Matt Jackson and Brock Rupert.
But more importantly, subscribe.
Yes. So do all that in order to enter the giveaway. We're going to be giving away a set of gear, so a jersey and pants. We're going to be giving away a Hicks Racing Podcast T-shirt and a sticker. So. And
are we saying what the gear is?
Not yet. I got the details.
Okay.
So I can't. But yes, but we are doing that. So.
Okay.
So yeah, make sure you like and comment on that video and subscribe. And then if you are at Hogbag Hill this weekend,
come by and say hi.
We'll be all. If you see a camper with like 90 kids running around, that's our camper. That's the one. Yep. And three Hondas. So, all right. Peace out.
Peace out.